welcome back to Watercolor Wednesdays. We're going to be learning how to do a value scale. So you're going to learn how to start off with the darkest color of your pigment, the colors on your palette, and then we're going to gradually go down to the lightest color possible. This is so that you can learn to create compositions with light and dark. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with this beautiful blue from my Cotman Winsor Newton watercolor palette. Let's see, we're going to start here. So as you can see, this is straight pigment. It's going to be wet onto dry paper. I gridded out my blocks because it makes it easier for me personally. If you wing it with just straight watercolor, no tape to block you off, that's fine. I used what you call washi tape. And I got this washi tape on Amazon. It was the smallest one. As you can see, one is smaller than my finger. Now I added a little bit of water as I go to the next box, just to make it a lighter version of the color that I just put down. So there's the second color in the value scale. After you learn this technique, the next time you see me, we'll be practicing a composition using a monochromatic value scale to create a beautiful scenery. So I also happen to use the brush that came with my Cotman Winsor Newton watercolor set, which has 12 colors, if you're wondering. It gets a little tricky as you run out of pigment on your brush, but that's fine because you're learning how to go from dark to light just with water. We don't add any white or black to watercolor because it just muddies and kind of makes the color a little bit, not really translucent, but it doesn't actually bring anything to the color saturation of the pigment when you're doing this. So as you could see, we went from dark all the way down to the lightest color possible, almost white. So let's do that again with one more color, and then I'll let you guys go ahead and try it out. So it gets a little tricky. It does take practice. As you can see, I went through 2 stages before I got to this one. So let's go ahead and do it with green now. This took a lot of time to get to this, so don't be surprised if it's hard for you. If you don't have tape to box it off, it is harder to do a perfect square, but it's good practice for learning brush strokes. I have to switch hands. More water. As you can see, I added water each time. I didn't really dip back into the pigment color. If you go over, you can always use a piece of a napkin to kind of pick up anything that you didn't want to end up outside the box. That's also how you can remove water from your brush if you have too much water and pigment on your brush. Color. So as you can see, it got a little bit hard there at the end for the green. This takes practice, time. I would love to see your value scales, so please take a picture and tag the library's hashtag. I'll see you guys next time for Watercolor Wednesdays. Thanks!